All right, Peony number 4, I believe, playing 2 cent, 5 cent Zoom. I'm gonna remain fairly quiet in between hands and just stamp the timestamps or put the timestamps in the beginning of the video. I feel like this is an okay spot to limp. You gave me the advice a long time ago to limp with hands that can make the nuts. There's a couple straight combos, and obviously, since it's suited, I feel like this hand meets the criteria. Yeah, I'm okay with limping hands and the small blind if it's multi-way limped or limping them on the button. If it's multi-limped, that is something I'm doing. I'm just kind of expanding my limping ranges. After a few players have already limped my over limping ranges. Um, this is a fairly dried paired board. There's not going to be too much we can get calls with. Probably some ace X, pocket pairs, just overs, still folds. I'm not sure if this is a spot I'd want to raise or just maybe limp. I feel like limping is probably not the best of decisions. Um, that was gross. I'm going to be 3 betting any open here. All right, with the 12 cent raise, we're going to go ahead and go with a 41 or 44 is fine cent sizing. The small blind is area I'm not 100% sure how to play. I definitely need to do some research here. We're going to be 4xing any raise here, so assuming it gets folded to us. All right, we're actually going to be 5xing this. Squeeze the 50. Okay, so obviously the ace on the board, this is just going to be a check. Probably a check fold, unfortunately, because they're both going to have a lot of ace-x in their range. Yeah. As unfortunate as this is, we can't call here, because if we call and he bets turn, like, what do we do there? You know what I mean? It's just a annoying check fold, but it's okay. Let me go ahead and top up here. We just had a bluff catch of that hand, decided to play it as such. This is going to be going to 30, 60, 90. Since he's leading for pot on the flop, we can call and try going knuffle. I don't like this though, because A, he's going pot, and B, his stack's a little short. But yeah, if he bets here, we might just be able to jam it. But he's going pot. Fuck. Okay, so I feel like this is a spot in Knuffle where it's okay to not, you know, go with it. That's an annoying spot, though. I'm not 100% sure if I'm supposed to call just because he's short stacked. Because, yeah, I feel like that was an error. Because he just doesn't have enough fold equity for Knuffle to be 100% effective there, in my opinion. um, against a min raise, I want a 3-bet here. It's a bad idea to call this, that I know. We're going to make a loose 3-bet here just because I think that min raises are typically pretty weak. Yeah, and this is going to be a 30, 60, 90 line. We're going to need to take this line in order to fold out smaller pocket pairs. If he has a queen, we're not getting that to fold. Yeah, we're still going to continue betting at this to get those smaller pocket pairs to fold. Not to mention the king's also a pretty good card for our range. So yeah, I understand that the 3-bet was a little loose here. Okay, get fucked. All right, so we made a loose 3-bet and ended up trying to take this line and got punished for it. We did pick up straight equity, which I don't think was enough to check back. I might be wrong though, because we did just get blown off of it. But yeah, let me know what you think. That could have just been very bad. I might just be getting a little too crazy here. I might have to go back to my normal, simplistic strategy. There's multiple callers. We can probably justify set mining with threes. But after a three bet, it's an easy fold. All right, we're going to be three betting any raise out here. Four bets, we're probably just folding two at these stakes out of position. Yeah, so we're going to be three betting this to a fairly large size. I think 69 is probably okay. If he four bets this, we're folding. If he rips it, we're folding. Don't rip it. That'd be annoying. Yeah, if he four bets to any size, we're very behind. Take it down. Same thing with eights here. This is a pretty shitty hand to just flat. If there's multiple limpers, we could probably justify a squeeze. Okay, this is weird. This is a strange spot. I think a squeeze might be okay here. This might be too loose. I would never do this in a 1-2 game. I would either call. I'd probably just call in a 1-2 game. But that's a smaller. That's too small of a size. So I think I'm making an error here. I think I should have definitely gone bigger, but we still end up taking it down. Yeah, I think I should have made it about $1 there because 4x out of position plus the dead money, which would have been around $1, a little more than actually. We just have a bluff catcher here, and we're going to play it as such. That's half pot. Okay. We might be able to call one and then fold to any river bet. This is a pretty dicey board. Yeah, we'll just fold here. That might be a spot where we could just fold flop. I think on a paired board, it makes it less likely that he has a hand that beats us. So it might be okay to call turn, but once he bets river there too, it's just a fold. If he limps, we can justify a limp. This hand can make the nuts. And almost does. We have an up and down straight draw, no backdoor, nothings on a paired board. So this is a little dicey. If he bets, I think this is an okay spot to probably fold. I don't know. Just this is weird. On a lot of turns, we're not doing well. We're getting like what 3-1. So this just might be a horrible mistake. Yeah. Now we're just check folding. Um, yeah, I think in a single race spot we're supposed to be check calling here. Um, Still a lot of stronger ace X's he can have. We could probably still play this as a bluff catcher and then go for some value on the river. Yeah. We block sets of fours. This is a pretty good spot to just go for some slim value. Folds. We might want to bet turn there. Not 100% sure. We probably want to be going with a bigger sizing in the small blind as well. Easy game. So this is a spot that I think I make a lot of mistakes in. In limped pots, I still raise kind of the bottom of my regular RFI raising range. I think this is a mistake for a lot of reasons, but we went ahead and made it anyways. Now, obviously, on a board like this, they can both have a lot of ace X that they're not willing to fold. This is a weird fucking spot. We don't have anything. I really have no clue how to play this. Yeah, I don't. That was confusing. So yeah, I think that's a mistake I make that I need to go over. I think I should probably either, once there's several limpers in the pot, fold the bottom of my range or over limp it, depending on what kind of hand it is. And I feel like that hand is a folding hand. Okay, we can go with the stop and go strategy here. So bet 10% or 30%, check turn, bet river. So we would have gone like 30 check 50 for stop and go there, unless the four liner completed, which we either would have had two pair or straight. But yeah. With top pair weak kickers, that's typically my strategy, is to stop and go. This is a little on the looser end. I can recognize that. On ace high boards that we're being let out on, it's kind of dangerous. We're gonna go with Nuffle here and just raise his. Okay, and we're gonna start blasting ourselves here. What the fuck? Get snap check raised. I don't know how we're. I don't know if that was correct. Definitely need the chasing poker greatness package. I'm not 100% sure if this is a three bet, but we're gonna go ahead and three bet it to 50. This might be a little too loose. I think this probably makes her a pretty good call as well. We have a bluff catcher. We're just going to play it as such. He'll probably fire with a lot of ace king ace queens. He didn't bet here though. He could have hands like pocket tens. I don't think he'll have a lot of jack X, but I think it's mostly overs. Um, we'll check back still, and then see if we can get him to fire a bet out here, which he does. We'll call, and he has a hand like king ten, which is king ten suited. It's a hand you'll have. So I think we play that pretty well. I was kind of tempted to bet it for protection, but then I realized that protection doesn't exist. So I think as play, that hand was pretty good. Ace five, we would have threw that. I probably would have three bet an opening here too with king jack suited. If he three bets me, we're folding now. Sixes is probably at the bottom of our range. I think it's either sixes or sevens that are at the bottom of our RFI range here. So this is either a fold or it's at the very fucking bottom of our range. I have been looking over ranges, and we're just going to play this as a bluff catcher. So this might have been a tad too loose. I know we don't open fives. That I do know. So sixes is I think sevens are probably at the bottom of our range. So that may have been a mistake. 9 suited, I'd probably be making three bets. I'm not 100% sure if we're supposed to with king 8 suited. Actually, in this configuration, I will. Um, if I'm being honest, I don't know what my. I know that my range here should be pretty wide when it comes to three bets, and I think the suited kings probably play pretty well as a three bet. He calls flop trip 8. So this is a pretty interesting spot. We're going to bet pretty small here with our entire range. I think a quarter to third pot's fine. We bet a little less than a quarter. So maybe should have gone a little bigger. And he still folds, man. Flop is super disguised. Trips. Too bad. Five four suited. Pretty sure this is in our range. I think we fold 4-3 suited. That I know. I think 5-4 is at the very bottom. Flop a pair of fives, backdoor straight, backdoor flush. We're just going to check back, play it as a bluff catcher, pick up two pair. We're going to be going for some value here. There's a lot of draws out there that he could call sizable bets with. So I think betting like 2/3 here, 3/4 is probably fine. But he decides to go ahead and lead. So let's see. There's 6/8, 6/3, which I don't think he has. Um, and then he could have some two pairs as well. Not a lot. We're gonna go ahead and call to keep his bluffs in and you know not value on ourselves some better holdings. He could have all the sets as well. So I think we just what is that? So he checks here. Um, really seeing that a lot has gotten there, and he could have a lot of better two pair combos and sets. We're gonna check back, and yeah, sure enough, he has a straight. But we're able to get a bet from pocket sixes on the turn, which is profitable for us. So I'm not mad about the way we played that. Yeah, ace jack's probably just a call here. Played as a bluff catcher from this point. That's pretty small. This is indication of a weak holding. We're still just playing it as a bluff catcher. You could have all the ace kings, kings. Oh, over bets here. This is interesting. I think this is a sign of strength. I really do. If I were playing by myself, I would make the fold here, but I think we can call one, and if he bombs river, we just fold. I think he probably has a set of kings exactly. Um, what a weird fucking line. So he could have some worse ace x in his range. I think he has kings. He has deuces. Okay, we may have played that hand wrong. Yeah, I don't know. He could have been value betting worse aces. I don't know if he would have necessarily taken that line. Uh, Overbets are typically almost always strength, so I feel like in these lower stakes, I can probably balance them out with folds. I really try to play fundamentally solid, which typically means I throw exploits out the window when I'm recording these peonies. So I think if I were playing by myself, I'd make that fold. I think in live 1-2, I would definitely make that fold. But here, recording this peony, I make the call just to learn from it. If he three bets, we're going to be calling. He doesn't. We pick up a bluff catcher. We'll play it as such. Two-tone board here. If he bets, we're going to call. River a full house. Okay. He's going to have a lot of ace x in his range here. He could have some bluffs, though. Yeah, has ace x. It's probably a fold. Min raise we can call with a hand like 7-10 of clubs. Flop the world. Um, Decides to check back. We have a bluff catcher here. We're just going to play it as such. Okay. End up rivering a flush. We're going to go for some pretty slim value, just betting half pot here. Targeting ace x, he may have rivered. Folds. I know we're supposed to have a mixed strategy here in the blinds. I just like to play him aggressively and try to, put players in uncomfortable positions. Ace high is probably going to be good here. A lot of his smaller pocket pairs got counterfeited. Don't have to bet big here. He could be calling with. Okay, odds are we're probably chopping right now. Um, we can try to get a bluff out of him maybe, but he probably has a hand like ace x. Jesus Christ, we're just getting crushed here. We're probably playing terribly. Um, yeah. Yeah, Jesus. This is a pretty wet board. Obviously, 9-10 is the nuts, and he could have a lot of better hands here. This is probably a check back, honestly. Might maybe not. Maybe we could probably justify a small quarter pot bet. Fuck. This is annoying. We probably should have just checked back. I don't know. I just feel like players aren't check raising enough there as a bluff. There's just so many better holdings you can have. Golly, we're getting crushed. Weak ace multi-way, we're just going to check it. This is definitely a spot we've gotten a little better at playing. Um, he could have stronger aces in his range. It's 35. If he raises, we're going to fold. If he calls, we're just going to be in a shitty spot. Ugh, okay. Yeah, this is a little iffy, but I'm not too keen on folding top pair, even if we're multi-way. Top pair super weak kicker. It would make more sense, but yeah. Once the board gets paired here and there's 3 hearts out there, I'm definitely okay with folding. Like, I think he could have hearts in his range. I don't necessarily he bets heart draws multi-way. But I think he will call with heart draws multi-way. So once he leads big here, I honestly think this is an okay fold. That king six was a little loose. Whatever. We're not going to review that. Fuck it. I have a bluff catcher. Going to play it as such. Don't have a lot of backdoors. Do have the gut shot. Once the ace pairs, makes it a little bit more likely we have the best hand. Less likely he has an ace. So this is probably an okay spot to go for a half pot bet, targeting worst queen X, any heart draws that want to call. He could have some slow played aces. I think he's mostly going to have worst queen X though. So if we bet thin for value, we could extract a little, playing the king kicker. And we're good. Okay, so that was a little bit more of an exploitative line, obviously. I'm definitely curious to know what you think about that. Aces. We never get any action with these. Never get any action. This is definitely at the bottom of our range. Queen Jack might be a little too loose. I can't remember right now. But yeah, it was definitely a fold after they threw that. This is interesting. So we could have all the straights in this range. So we're gonna go ahead and set a bluff at this and treat this as a bluff here. Catcher. Sure enough, he does. Um, yeah. 53 bets, we could probably call set line. Against the lead, we're just gonna call here. We're gonna go ahead and raise, targeting Jack X that might be doing this. He could be doing this with 7X too. I just feel like with the flush, we should be raising here. God damn it. The one time Nuffle works, we have a fucking good hand. Oops. Yeah, that's probably just a full one. I don't want to mix up that. I do understand that this is a little aggressive, but I think it's probably correct. With a heart draw, we're definitely going to continue barreling here. I think, yeah, quarter pot's probably fine. Or third pot, rather. Ace-high boards are going to be a lot better for our range than they're going to be for his, so we're going to keep betting at this. Okay, finally have a little bit of success here. That's nice. We would have blasted river. I think. Ace-high boards, we're just going to go ahead and probably bet flop and turn and give up river. I think it's fine. Take it down anyways. On the turn, we would have checked back. We had showdown value. $30, 60, 90. If they lead, we're going to call and raise their turn bets. I understand that this is too wide. Um, yeah, I know this is a little too wide pre-flop. I guess we're just going to be following Nuffle right now. Oh, I played like shit. Yeah, I played like shit. I don't know. This is going to be really good. I think Nico